We are really going to have to get used to this, temper our expectations for this season, because this squad is not good enough. It's not good enough at all. We are in a state on that pitch, and unless we get signings, you know, we're going to have to really lower expectations. That was so poor. That was honestly as flat as you like. And I see the lineup. Soler apparently got a knock before the game and couldn't play a full 90, so he kept him on the bench. And you kind of had a feeling like what it was going to be. Very defensive, less pressing. You know, it was just fucking a painful watch for both sides. I don't think either side really created much. And it's just some of these players just are not good enough. Mavropanos, man. People say a scapegoat. He's very good at sitting deep, soaking up pressure type of defending. The amount of goals we have conceded where this guy has been in the opposition half is a joke. It's an absolute joke. That's two separate managers now. The same thing. And I think he probably did it under Moyes as well, yeah. And like, but it's been a ridiculous amount of. What is he doing up there? He has not got the legs. He's not known for his pace. And Kilman definitely didn't have a good game. But the amount of times Kilman's left by himself having to defend because Mavropanos thinks he's an attacking midfielder or something, it's an absolute joke. He gets the red card. I think that was a harsh yellow. That was very soft. Should have been sent off, but my God, at least we don't have to see him again next week. Give the youngster a go, for God's sake, because he's brutal. He's absolutely brutal to watch. It's just so error prone. It's just baffles me. His positioning is all over the place. He's an absolute liability. So if we're not going to sign a centre back this window, we're really going to have to make do. I don't know when Tadebo's back, but he cannot come back fast enough. Bowen cannot come back fast enough. Somerville cannot come back fast enough. We desperately need them. Kudus is not a striker. He could not get into the game. They was doubling up on him, tripling up on him. He had no hope. And we had no one else ready to really pick up the slack. And look, it is what it is at this stage. You know, Potter's come in, got the team playing very well in them first two games. It's not too much in this game, and I'm not gonna get onto him. There's a couple of situations where it's got something about the substitutions. He probably could have done a little bit better in terms of bringing off Mavropanos. I think Mavropanos could have got a red, you know, with the way he plays. Instead of Rodriguez didn't have a bad game at all. So yeah, I thought we potentially done better there, and maybe start Soler and bring him off early rather than the other way round if he's got the knock. But he's limited in terms of what he can do. His hands are really tired trying to get something out of this game. The fact that we got a win against Fulham with this team is a miracle. He's done wonders there. But we lacked today the intensity. I get why we couldn't press as much today when it was 0-0 and that, because the pace they've got in behind. You know, you press high up the pitch and you get caught out. Kind of, you know, they can rip you apart, and that's the problem with the pace they've got. So I get it, but I would have liked to seen a little bit more intensity and a little more urgency when we went 1-0 down. We lacked ideas. There was a lot less movement off the ball and a lot less urgency, more sideways sideways backwards passing, reminiscent of flipping, Lopetegui's era. It was just a lackluster performance all around, and a poor game both sides. And Fabianski today, honestly, for that penalty, what was he doing? How rash do you want to be? I mean, he shouldn't have come out in the first place. But I think the ball was moving slow enough. He could have got it, but he should have just honestly stayed where he is. Maybe he didn't back himself at his near post, but he was going away from goal. He wasn't like going towards the goal. It was just harebrained from him, and he's been poor. He has been poor. And Scott made this point to me. I didn't even clock. Like, we've conceded 2 goals in second half, 3 games on the spin. So second halves, you know, we've really got to look into that. But like I said, look, we're not going to go down, and we're not getting Europe. So when it comes to the transfer window, yeah, we definitely look. We need signings if we want to actually improve this season and see our team get better and kick on. We need signings desperately. However, you know, if we can't get the right signings in, then I agree that we just have to grit our teeth for the rest of the season. Then get the right signings, and they have to be the right signings. I think a lot of the players that we signed have been good. There's been some good signings. Some players have still got to prove themselves. Some players clearly ain't good enough, and it's just so frustrating. It's so frustrating after like a really good first 2 performances to come here, Palace at home, and see that it really does hurt to see that after really enjoying the performances. But we've just been so unlucky with injuries. To lose the players, it's not even like about the numbers, it's about the actual players that we've lost. It's really tough to take. You know, you could, if one of these bloody 20 midfielders went down, you know, okay, that's not so bad. But yeah, listen, these players need to fucking pick themselves up and go again, and we just have to hope we get someone back for Villa. Mavropanos is out, so yeah, he honestly, Graham Potter has a massive job on his hands. This is a long-term project, and this is at the start. So listen, we can't lose our heads, and we just got to be patient and endure for the moment until this squad starts getting to where it needs to be. But I think Somerville Bowen back, it's a different story. It's a massively different story. So on to Villa.